Hey there, movie fans. This time I'm going to give you a look at my Paul Verhoeven collection. And we start off with the books that I have of the man. And the first one is the Authorized Biography by Rob van Scheers. I have no idea if this book has also been published in English, but if it has, go and track it down because this is a very interesting read. This came out in the mid 1990s, I believe, before Verhoeven started working on Starship Troopers, so it doesn't cover his entire career. But there's a lot of interesting stories and interesting anecdotes, and definitely give it a read if there is an English version of it. The next one is this book from Tasken, or Tasken, not really sure how you pronounce that one. There's the man himself, and that is him with his wife, Martine. Some behind the scene picture there of Hollow Man. It is from Starship Troopers. With these great looking models there. Just give you a quick look at the book. I'm not going to show you the whole thing. Ah, titties. There's of course Showgirls. Total Recall. Robocop. Absolutely love Robocop. Look at that. Brilliant. And this is from Flesh and Blood. The Fourth Man, Spectors, very controversial movies. The famous tango scene from A Soldier of Orange. Katie Tipple. Turkish Delight. Was that a nipple? I have no idea. Business is Business, and this is behind the scenes pictures of Flores. This is really his breakthrough. Was that another nipple? I don't know. Is a behind the scene picture of Starship Troopers with Michael Ironside without his legs. Look at that. Very, very nice book, this one. And then I have this book. This is called According to Verhoeven, where he gives his own opinions and views and analysis on these films, by the way. And they're very, very interesting, to read about his opinions. And you when you read them, you just have the feeling to watch these films again, But he can also be very harsh, by the way. For example, to Casablanca, which I absolutely love, but he just absolutely destroyed it. He doesn't like it at all. Yeah, there it is, Casablanca. And I also have the second book, More Verhoeven, in which he talks about these films, including his own Showgirls. The Wild Bunch, which is one of his favorite films, by the way. Blade Runner, Alien there, the original King Kong, Psycho. He's a huge Hitchcock fan. This is Greed, I believe. Yeah, Greed. I'm still waiting for the DVD or Blu-ray release of this one. It's just taken way too long. Perhaps the Criterion Collection should pick up the rights and release it. And a final book that I have is this one. Jesus of Nazareth. Now, Verhoeven has always wanted to make a film about Jesus. You know, ever since he was a young kid, he was just fascinated by the story of Jesus Christ. And so he couldn't really make the movie. I think he's still working on it. I have no idea because I haven't heard anything about it. I believe at one point Roger Avery, who worked on Pulp Fiction, The Rules of Attraction, Killing Zoe, movies like that, he worked on a screenplay of the Jesus movie, but I have no idea what happened to that. So instead, Verhoeven published this book where he gives his view on the story of Jesus Christ, which is very controversial. But the subject of Jesus Christ is always very controversial. But in this case, Verhoeven, this is not the story of Jesus, the mythical figure, but it's more of the man, just so without the resurrection and without him walking on water and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I haven't read the book yet though, but I'm sure it's going to be fascinating to see what his opinion is on the story of Jesus Christ. Okay, now on to the DVDs and the Blu-rays. First one is Floris. This is the Dutch Ivanhoe. Pretty much Verhoeven's breakthrough, and also Rutger Hauer's breakthrough as well. This was a very, very popular television series back in the late 1960s. There's a little booklet in there. Now the pictures are in color, but the show itself is in black and white. A little advertisement there. Next one is the early films of Paul Verhoeven. Or these are basically short films that he made between 1959 and 1979. Comes in this very nice ditchy pack. I don't think this has gotten a international release. It's only it was only available in Holland, and I don't think there are subtitles. No, I don't think there is. No English subtitles anyway. And here is the booklet that came with it. This is the Paul Verhoeven collection from Anchor Bay. This has the first 5 Dutch films that he has made. Business is Business, Turkish Delight, Katie Tipple, Soldier of Orange, and The Fourth Man. And this is a really wonderful digipack. Turkish Delight, which in 1999 was hailed as the best Dutch film of the century. Business is Business, which is his directorial debut, was his cinema debut, if you want to call it that. Which is a very strange kind of movie, but it's very enjoyable as well. Pretty much about a prostitute. It was Turkish Delight, which is a classic, and there's another classic, Soldier of Orange. Oh. I'm going to show that one later on. Katie Tipple and The Fourth Man. Here are the discs of those movies. And here is the booklet. Soldier of Orange, that's just, one of my favorite Dutch films. Probably the best Dutch films ever made, if you ask me. And this scene is from The Fourth Man. This is absolutely an insane scene. If you've seen the movie, you probably know what I mean. Now this is the extended television version of Soldier of Orange, which has a different title, For Queen and Fatherland. So far it's only available in the Netherlands. It's a shame that this has never been released, overseas, but maybe one day it will. You never know. Spectors. This is the Region 1 DVD, which also has a audio commentary by Verhoeven. This is a very, very controversial movie. Caused a huge shitstorm when it came out in Holland. A lot of people were not happy about it, especially the different gay movements. They were definitely not happy with this one. But nowadays people see it as a classic. And here is the Blu-ray version with the restored picture quality. The picture quality looks really good. Fortunately, I wish they did the same with the sound. Now this is a documentary, which is called, well, That's It Then. It says here, That's It, but it kind of misses a few words from the Dutch name here. And now this was an interview that Verhoeven gave when Spectors was released. And the interviewer was having some difficulty with the movie, and then he kind of, Verhoeven kind of became absolutely insane and kind of destroyed him verbally, that is, of course. And then later on in 2005, they met each other again and kind of, looked back on the interview and on the movie. So that's what this documentary is pretty much about. But it comes in this nice dishy pack, one disc dishy pack. It also has these advertisement booklet, by the way. Flesh and Blood. This is his first international movie. When he did this film, he was inspired by The Wild Bunch. But he was a little disappointed by it because there was no confrontation between William Holden's character and Robert Ryan's character, and he wanted to see that in The Wild Bunch. So he came up with this story where Rutger Hauer's character and Jack Thompson's character are, at the beginning they are the best of friends, but then they become enemy, and then they confront each other. That was supposed to be the center of the story. Unfortunately, due to the interference of the American producers, the center of the story became this love triangle between Rutger Hauer, Jennifer Jason Leigh, and Tom Burlinson. But despite of that, it's still a very, very good movie. And this is a nice media book from Germany. There's the DVD. Yeah, it has the two DVDs first. There's Rutger Hauer with Brian James, I believe that is. And it was a very difficult shoot for Hooven. He was actually he couldn't get along anymore with Rutger Hauer. That was the last time that they worked together, which is quite unfortunate. And also, it was such an international cast and crew that they just couldn't get along with each other. There were Spanish crews, English crews, and American, and they just could not get along. There's the Blu-ray at the back there. Now, Verhoeven directed the first episode of this television series, The Hitchhiker. I can show you which one that is. It's this one, The Last Scene. It also has an audio commentary by Paul Verhoeven. This was really his first American job. You know, after this he went on to do Robocop. And speaking of Robocop, I have the Bluray Steelbook over here. A very nice looking Steelbook as well. And here's another Steelbook of Robocop. This one contains the new transfer, you know, the remastered transfer. Is at 209. Let me show you the picture behind the disc there. And also got this DVD set of the Robocop trilogy. Of course, Verhoeven has nothing to do with part 2 and part 3. 2 was directed by Irvin Kershner, who also did The Empire Strikes Back. And 3, which is a real terrible, shitty movie, if you ask me. I believe that one was directed by Fred Dekker, who also did The Monster Squad and Night of the Creeps. Where it comes with this, you know, nice fold-out digipack with all 3 movies there. And here's his second American movie, Total Recall, which I recently rewatched, and is, you know, it's still a great film. This is the DVD set from Artisan. Comes with the, you know, Planet Mars kind of, you know, tin case. There's the DVD. It has some, you know, nice little booklet there. And some advertisement booklet as well. Here I have the Dutch Steelbook. And here I have the UK Steelbook, which includes the remastered transfer. Director approved by Paul Hooven, as you can see there. A little stample there. Also come with a booklet. And a code. Well, I don't think this code is valid anymore, but you can also always give it a try if you want to. And here are the two discs, the DVD and the Blu-ray. Let's take a quick look at the booklet there, in the heart of the movie, Ultimate Recall Edition. Basic Instinct, which is a brilliant film. I haven't seen this movie for a while. Still need to you know, revisit it, but you know, I do know it's a brilliant film. Showgirls, without a doubt, Verhoeven's most naughtiest movie. And I also got the VIP edition box set with some nice little goodies inside. You know, let me show you what the goodies look like. Oy, that is very nice. Okay, we got a poster here. Very shiny poster, by the way. Shot glasses. Hey, if you... Here we go. Nice little shot glasses there of the movie. Playing cards, of course. And these are pasties, which you can put on your nipples. I always do that in the weekend. And of course you got the DVD as well. And this is a booklet, I believe. Oh no, wait, art cards. Art card. Oh, and this is a blindfold, you know. It's still unused. I really have to use that one someday. Anyway, let's take a look at the the pictures here. Oy. Ready for more? Yes, please. Starship Troopers. Seen it, back in 1997, I believe it was. Yes, 97, at the movie theater, and loved it ever since. Such an insane movie. The violence is just very insane. And this is the Region 1 Ditchy pack. A nice picture on the behind the disc there. It's a brilliant movie, if you ask me. Absolutely brilliant movie. And I got the Bluray Steelbook over here. Hollow Man. Now this is the Dutch DVD edition, and what I like about this is that it has a transparent keep case, as you can see. So I like how they have done that. There's a look at the booklet. Or not exactly booklet, more of a fold out little thing, really. And here is the director's cut on Blu-ray, which is a few minutes longer, I believe about 10 minutes longer, if I'm correct. Very beautiful artwork on the disc there, of the water version of the Hollow Man. Black Book, his first Dutch film since The Fourth Man. And a really good film as well, of course. Nice Blu-ray set there. And I also got this box set of Black Book. Let me show you what's inside. Excuse me. You got the DVD here, which is a 2-disc special edition DVD. And it has the soundtrack CD as well. And it also has something in here, if I can get it out. Here it is. This is such, something of a book that has some screenplay pages, as you can see. some writings between them. And some pictures as well. Oop. It was great to read these screenplays, doesn't it? This is not the entire screenplay though, just a couple of scenes. Like this scene, for example, at the end. And last but not least, I got Tricked on Blu-ray. This movie is also known as Steak Spell, which is the Dutch name. A user-generated film by Paul Verhoeven. Pretty much, you know, a film that was made by the public. It's the result of an internet experiment that he worked on along with, you know, a group of people and the public, of course. But it's a very nice movie. Very nice movie. And that was it for my Paul Verhoeven collection. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching. And let me know below what your favorite Paul Verhoeven movie is. Okay, talk to you next time. Bye.